All right, guys, let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts. Are they a legit contender for the Super Bowl? Currently, they are 7-1 going into week 9 of the season where they play Pittsburgh. And I have the honest question of, is this team a legitimate Super Bowl contender? A lot of people, especially in Indianapolis, really love this team. This team comes to play every single Sunday. They have played some really good games, man, oftentimes destroying the opposition. So, why aren't we hearing more about the Indianapolis Colts? A lot of people seem to be waiting for the Indianapolis Colts to fall off the map or to prove themselves out to be some type of fluke or whatever. But are these claims really true? Is it fair for fans to not have faith or believe that what they're seeing from the Indianapolis Colts is legit? Are the Colts really frauds? Well, let's look at their schedule. So if we look at who they've played, we see that they've played of teams that we know are really good. We see they have the game against Denver that they won 29-28. That's a big one. Denver is one of the best teams in the league in their own right. So to get that W cannot be dismissed. They played a really close game against the LA Rams. Honestly, there was that crazy, stupid fumble play where it should have been a touchdown that ended up not being a touchdown because guys want to drop the football early. You can argue they should be undefeated based on that alone, and that game could have went to overtime. Who knows what that game could have been had that play have not happened. So you can argue even in Daniel Jones' worst game, I think you can say, of this year, if you want to even call it that, they probably should have won that game too, or at least it should have been even more interesting game that could have went to overtime based on just that 7 points being taken off the board. But then you look at their record and they beat the Los Angeles Chargers, so they beat the other team in LA. And outside of that, you got a lot of pretty straightforward, easy games. The game against Arizona, the game against Tennessee they had played Tennessee weeks prior, so Tennessee twice on their record. Miami, who has been struggling, granted it was the first game of the season and they beat them pretty convincingly, but they have been having a really down year. They beat the Raiders, really bad team as well. And we see the dominance against the bad teams. More than half of their games have been against teams that are not only below 500, but well below 500. So that can't be completely eliminated from the conversation. However, we cannot also discount their high moments in that they have played and rose to the occasion against good competition. Daniel Jones has played good football, and that's honestly not even the right words to describe how he's been playing. He's been playing excellent given where people's perception was about him. He legitimately deserves the nickname Indiana Jones. You can't take that away from him. Like, you legitimately cannot take that away from him. So the Colts are showing themselves to be a true Super Bowl contending team as I see it. But that doesn't mean that they have been tested enough. There's still some future tests that are going to be on the way, one of which being against Kansas City at Kansas City. That is going to be a hard game for any team. I don't care how good, bad, or indifferent you are. They still have a game against Jacksonville, which that's a decent game. Seattle is a pretty serious game as well that they're going to have to play. And then another at Jacksonville. So they got some games on their schedule that I would totally not underestimate. But in general, this is looking like a team that's probably going to end the season with only 3, maybe at most 4 losses. So we're talking about a 13-4 season, 13-4 team. I don't think you can deny that this team is a Super Bowl contender. Yeah, sure, they have a few more opportunities where we can really see them be stress tested, to see them be if they are really battle tested or not. I'm with you all on that, but they have all of the pieces and they have shown a lot of fight and a lot of Super Bowl DNA. We said a lot of these things. We saw a lot of similar signs from another team that was very similar, which is the Minnesota Vikings with Sam Darnold. And it's very similar to what we're seeing with Indianapolis Colts right now. Don't forget that Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings went 7-1 themselves. And in the last, I guess you could say 8 or 9 games, they kind of came back to earth. Yeah, they had some injuries to their offensive line and other things that weren't quite coming together like they had been. But I just say that all to say 7-1 from a team that you didn't see coming does not guarantee a Super Bowl, but you do not want to also underestimate what you are seeing and what the pieces that they have are doing. So shout out to Indiana Jones. Shout out to the Indianapolis Colts. Let me know what you all think. Indianapolis fans, What are you guys thinking about your team? Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this conversation. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future NFL videos, and let me know your thoughts.